everybody, my name is Brian Christopher Mendes, and I'm here to talk to you about mic techniques for those that may be limited on the number of mics you have or the number of inputs you have in your interface. And I wanted to talk to you about the people out there that have home studios. This video is for you. I believe that you can get good drum sounds even with the smallest amount of mics, right? That can be one mic, two mic, three mics, or four mics. In these two video series, I will show you how to do one mic and a two mic setup. And then the next video will be a three mic and four mic setup. I did a review at the beginning of the year on more mics. They can get warm, I guess, if you use them long enough. I did a review on warm audio mics at the beginning of the year, and I gave a raving review about how great they sound. I also pointed out in the video that I think warm audio mics are great for home studios for several reasons. One, the price point of these mics are spectacular. These are all based upon classic mics that made countless hit records, and they're for a fraction of the cost of what they normally would be. Two, they're very versatile mics, of course. Because of this, you can record vocals. You can record your acoustic guitar. You can record your electric guitar. You can record string instruments. You can record your piano. You can record your drums. So with that being said, I'm a firm believer in warm audio. Now, if you don't have warm audio mics,
go get yourself some.
I'm not going to tell you to use whatever mic you're going to have laying around. Get some warm audio mics, man. Go out right now and get you some warm audio mics. That's right. We're going to wait. I'm going to wait until you guys all have some warm audio mics, and then we're going to start this up, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm waiting. Got those mics? All right, let's just roll.
Yay, yay!
So let me begin with the first setup we're going to use, which is a one mic setup. On this one mic setup, I'm using the Warm Audio WA14 mic. It's a condenser mic that is based off a classic 70s microphone that has been on countless records. This particular microphone, the WA14, retails for about $499. Now remember, I mentioned this earlier in the video, and I also mentioned this in my other review of warm audio mics. I think it's very important for those of us that record at the house. Obviously, we don't have a budget like a big studio does, so it's very important that we pick our gear wisely. These microphones are very versatile. I can use them on the drums, I can use them on guitars, I can use them on vocals, I can use them on stringed instruments, I can use them on acoustic guitars, not to be confused with string instruments. Oh boy. Things can get very expensive. So choose your microphones wisely, choose your gear wisely. And if you only have a limited number of inputs or mics to choose, I highly recommend warm audio. My last review, I used this mic on the toms. I set the microphone up in omni directional so that way it picks up everything, because it is only one mic, mind you, right? So you need to be able to pick up everything. I placed the mic back behind the kick drum, facing down at the beater. I placed the mic in between the tom, floor tom, and snare drum equal distance, or I try to at least, right? Now this should pick up everything. I have the microphone about 6 inches above the kick drum. Depending on your room and your drums and how hard you hit, you can experiment with the height of that, but you don't want to go too high and you don't want to go too low, of course. Somewhere in between. So the way I'm setting this up, I want to get a punchy sound with the drums, as opposed to having a room mic off into the distance. Just for recording purposes and most styles of modern music, you're going to get a little bit more of a punchy sound with this one mic technique this way, as opposed to having the mic off in the room in a distance. With the mic being positioned like this, you're going to pick up the kick, the tom, the floor tom, the snare, and the cymbals. You'll be able to get some punch, but you'll also be able to get some resonance this way. So, without further ado, let's see how this sounds. For this next technique, we will be using two mics. We will be using the WA14 again. We're gonna leave it in the same position. We're gonna switch it to cardioid instead of omni, and we're going to raise it exactly 3 feet up. Have it in the cardio position is gonna give me more control than it would with omni, of course, because omni was picking up the entire room. Now we're gonna be focusing below what's beneath the mic and what it's pointed at. I'm adding for the second mic Warm Audio's Junior 47. This little bad mamma jammer right here retails for $299 or $299. And like I mentioned before, with the WA14 that has a bunch of applications that it can be used for, so can the Junior. It can be used for vocals, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, string instruments, drums, obviously. You can experiment with the positioning of the second mic that's going to be your external kick. Personally, I like to put it anywhere between 12 to 18 inches away from the head. You'll get plenty of punch, but you'll also get the body of the kick drum. But that also depends on what you're going for. So don't take my word for it, experiment a little. So we have these both set up in place, the WA14 and the Junior 47. Now let's see what that sounds like.